Good morning. Welcome to our Mandala universes. The sandhill cranes are greeting you. Our tornado siren is greeting you. That tornado siren does not indicate there's a tornado. It's just the first Tuesday of the month. So it's just kind of checking in. We don't have any kind of tornadic weather here. If anybody was watching the replay, what we do in our Mandala universes is we check in with one another. Hi, Elaine. And we draw mandalas. A circle with whatever you want inside it. Sometimes words, sometimes drawings, sometimes nothing in particular, sometimes something very specific. I'm thinking about spring these days, so. Yep. And this is my latest one. I loved it. It looks like the sea in the sky. You hear something squawking. Yes, what you hear squawking are sandhill cranes. Let me see if I see them and I can show them to you. They were just in the backyard. They walked away. And they're squawking because they're freaking out, I think, from the tornado siren that's gone off. But all's well. How are you, Elaine? Yeah, I'm here. I think Pamela's traveling today, and I'm not going to be available next Saturday. So we traded. It worked out really well. How are you and your mom faring, Elaine? And your husband, who I know is so good to you. So you can spend all the time you need to with your mom. It's a challenging time. Somebody else joined us, but I don't know who just yet. See if I can. Oh. I think it says there are a bunch of people that just popped on. Well, welcome. And surprise. As I said earlier, I believe Pamela's on the road and we traded. So, oh God, hopefully that stops really soon. Sounds like it. Oh, yay. I'm getting excited because we're getting on the road tomorrow. We're heading southeast to warmer climes, just booked some golf, and going to be seeing family and friends, so it's going to be a really great trip. Elaine says, looking forward to baking cookies and mowing the lawn. Stress, busyness. Well, it's good stuff. Baking cookies certainly is good stuff, and if guys, it's good. So all is well. I know people are slowly trickling in, but right now Elaine and I are the only one chatting with each other. There she is. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Hope all is well in San Francisco. My San Francisco family, my brother and brother-in-law are en route to Florida right now, and we will see them at the end of next week, which will be really nice. And Cheryl's saying good morning. Michelina's saying hi. Love that sweater on you. Thank you. You know what? It's almost getting too warm for this sweater, but it's like chenille. It just feels so good against my body. It's really nice. And Cheryl says, well, surprise, lovely to see your face this morning. Yes. I feel like I've been bouncing around, and I don't know if I've been on a Saturday in a while. I know that Claudia was on last Saturday, and this coming Saturday, Pamela will be on. So yeah. How are you checking in today, everybody? I know Elaine checked in. She's looking forward to baking cookies and mowing the lawn. or the lawns. What about everybody else? What's really interesting is I was looking for a reading for today, and I had a bookmark in the book, and it's like, I'll move the bookmark. Let me see, maybe I left something important that I might want to read. And I was like, I read it. It's like, nah, I'm not feeling it. I went to a Nikita Gill book because I've been thinking about Anna Hedges lately, and she introduced me to Nikita Gill, and I'm like, no, it's too dark. I'm not up for it. And I go back to the bookmark, and it's like, the bookmark is my reading today. And I will share it with you. You know I love trees, so I'm going to read about tree energy. Elaine says, I stumbled into a big spider web on my 3 a.m. venture outside to see the blood moon lunar eclipse. That's a mouthful. Did you get to see it? It was really cloudy here. We couldn't see it. And Cheryl says, harvesting eclipse energy. 3-3 at 3:33. Yeah. I wouldn't say that Carl and I are Amy and Marshall, but I do think our favorite times together are when we are on the road. We don't know if we're going to stop in Nashville or try to get all the way to Atlanta tomorrow. It should be a lot of fun. I'll see if I can join Mandala's just to listen in, because odds are very high that I will be driving at that time. And then I will come to you when I can from points south and east. Most likely Myrtle Beach, yeah. Cheryl said, you sure took the moon in, Elaine. And Elaine says, what a fun road trip for y'all. Yeah, it is. We enjoy them a lot. Drinking my tea. I have this really good Rishi brand English breakfast tea, and it's loose tea. And I'm not taking loose tea with me on the road, because then I have to take my tea infuser, and it's glass, and I don't want to do that. So I'm enjoying this really nice, highly caffeinated tea, which is not what I normally drink. Jan is here. Hi, Jan. She says, good morning. I really like driving to California. I don't like the stress of airports anymore. I am totally with you. My last airport experience was 7 hours of waiting around. So I feel you, Jan. Are you in California now, or are you back here in Illinois? Either way, it's great that you're here with us. Well, it's about 8 minutes after. And Laura's here. Elaine said, I sure did, Cheryl. Enjoyed seeing the moon. Amy's here. Yay, Amy. Amy, here, I'm thinking of you and Marshall. Can you see? That's for you, Amy. We're trying to finish up a puzzle tonight before we go on the road. Otherwise, we're going to have to pack it in. But Amy says, loss. I'm not quite sure what that means. Maybe she didn't see what I showed her. I don't know. Jan is in Northern California for another month. Lovely. And Michelina says, I got up to see the blood moon eclipse too. It was astounding. So glad I stumbled out to the street with Dave at 3:33 a.m. Yeah, I was dreaming at 3:33 a.m. So let's go ahead and get comfortable wherever we are. Close our eyes, and maybe in our mind's eye, we have images of that blood moon that many of you saw this morning. Maybe there's another pleasant vision that's on your mind screen. You want to take a minute and slow your breathing down a little bit. Come back into your body. Imagine that oxygen that you're breathing in moving through your bodies and your corpuscles, enriching your being. And as you exhale, letting go of whatever needs to move out and on. Listen to the sounds around you. Earlier, I had 2 sandhill cranes that were greeting us all, and had the tornado siren, the monthly check. There's no tornadoes, it's not tornado. I'm still hearing my washing machine. I moved away from there hoping it would go away. I don't know if you can hear it, but it seems quite loud to me. The buzz of my refrigerator, which is just adjacent to where I am. And not a sound, but the feel of all of you wonderful souls around me as we gather every day at this time. I feel the love. And if you want to keep your eyes closed still, I want to read some advice from a tree. Stand tall and proud. Sink your roots into the earth. Be content with your natural beauty. Drink plenty of water and enjoy the view. And at the bottom it says, your true nature. And if you want to open your eyes, you can see the drawing of the tree and this beautiful bookmark. On the back of the bookmark it says, dig deep, stand true, reach for the light and enjoy the view. Drink lots of water, go out on a limb, and be true to your true nature. I love it. I'll post that. Oh, Amy says that's my friend's dad's company. That's awesome. Wow. Is your friend Ilan Shamir? Because that's the name on the back. I don't know if Ilan Shamir just writes the words and maybe your friend's dad owns the company, or maybe he is Ilan Shamir. That's pretty cool. Oh, Amy said, I said tap, tap, which we've done all the time, Amy, doing the puzzle. We have you in our hearts for sure. She said, why did YouTube change my words? Because YouTube thinks it's smart and it's not. Or AI. Jan says, I got up too. No moon here where she is. Nicolina says, we were lucky, Jan. Night skies here are usually thick with marine layer. It was so mesmerizing. Tap, tap, like I put a puzzle piece in. That's exactly what that is. And Amy says, yes, that's her dad's name, Ilan Shamir. Ilan is the male form of Ilana, my daughter's name. Yep. And Laura says, checking in sleepy, bummed I didn't see the moon and excited and nervous. Today's the big day of meeting with the owners. We shall see if I get the keys today. Yay! Yay, Laura, you're going to get your space. I'm so excited for you. Miss Emma's here and saying hi. And Amy says, owns his company. She used to work for him who was going to take it over, but she started her own. Fun, fun. Yeah, I have a number of bookmarks from them. I have advice from a salmon when we were in Alaska. I have advice from a mountain. I love these. Well, please tell her that her dad makes great things. And my friends, if you haven't already begun to draw, please do. And nothing specific that you have to draw. Of course, we know that. All of us experienced people here. I don't have all the colors that I want. Oh, I'm just gonna have to do with what I have. I think after that reading, understandably, I am inspired to draw a tree. And Elaine says, squee for Laura. She's very excited for you. Amy says, I watched the moon rise over the coastal cliffs last night, soaked up the energy. Suzanne is here. Hello, greetings from Kenya. Thoughts of what this Iran war will throw our way. Oh my, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Laura says, sending love and light and protection for you, Susanna, and for everybody that's in harm's way. Elaine says, hello, Susanna, sending hugs for peace. Cheers, Ms. M, says Elaine. And Ms. M is sending hugs back to Elaine. So, yes. Today is March 3rd of 2026, 3/3/26. MSM is saying peace to you, Susanna. And Pamela is here. Hi. Morning, all. Got to see the blood moon too amongst thin clouds. So glad Scott woke me up. And she said, Laura, what an adventure for you. Hands at your back, sister. MSM is saying, awesome, Laura. You're all excited. And we can't wait to see your space. And I can't wait for my Monday bowling to be over so I can be on Mandalas when you're on. I have about 6 more weeks. And then that's over. Mid-April. So by then, hopefully you are happily settling in to your spot. We have plenty of time to draw, 11 minutes or so. Oh, I see a lot of messages coming in my peripheral vision. I'll be there in 1 second to read it out loud. Laura says, thank you all for the support. It has helped keep my self-sabotaging brain at bay. Glad to help. I hope your week is going well, everyone. Sounds like it's going very well for Laura, which I'm so glad. Hey, if anybody's been to the Myrtle Beach area or Asheville and you have any advice on things to do and see, I would greatly appreciate a text message or a phone call or whatever. I know in Asheville, North Carolina, we're going to the Vanderbilt estate, but other than that, any tips would be most welcome. I am looking stuff up. Amy, being the perpetual traveler, I don't know if you've been there. I'd sure love to know. Your hearts and minds speak to me and give me suggestions that I might not otherwise get. Susanna says, thanks for the love, guys. I can feel the love. People are grouping to discuss what we really don't understand. We just know Big Brother, or is it Daddy beat up someone and they are angry? Yeah. I find that here is my respite from that reality. But just because we don't always talk about it doesn't mean it's not in the background. So thank you for Susanna for expressing yourself. Does anybody else feel like when you're drawing your mandalas that you kind of have a fallback pattern that you go to? I feel like my fallback is trees. And that's what I've got so far. Cheryl says, some of my coworkers live there half-time, so I'll ask her. Yeah, that's great. Lots of music in Asheville. Yeah, we're going to Nashville, and then we're going to Georgia, and then we're going to Myrtle Beach and then Asheville. So, yeah. Amy says, yes, I'll look back at my travel journal and photos and map to see what I can recommend. I remember a really great bakery. That is always welcome. And Elaine says, spirals and SpongeBob flowers. That's your go-to in your drawings? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, it's already 25 after. So if anything has come up in your mandalas that you want to share in words, please feel free. Trees are a fine fallback, says Miss M. Yeah, if I look through here at how many things are trees or tree-like, quite a lot. But I will say, I have some of my favorites, and this from the other day, my fat chicken, every time I look at that, it cracks me up. That's from like 2.5 weeks ago. Amy, you were leading from San Diego. You were at Elaine's house. That fat chicken is just like no other. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Cheryl says yours looks like the tree of life. Wow. I think it is. Or tree of peace. Yeah, you know what? That's what it is. It is the tree of peace. And you know what? It's got a little graffiti on it. Thank you for that suggestion, Cheryl. That is exactly what it is. It is a tree of peace. Pamela says, have so much fun, Carol. I will. You have fun too. I know you're going up to, are you going up to LA? Are you going to see your kids, Pamela? I think you're going somewhere. Pamela says, my fallback is nature most of the time, or abstract. And Elaine says, willing to branch out and soak in the view. Amy says, the last 2 days I've drawn golden circles. Maybe a moon influence? Words are stay golden. And you know what I did the other day? I think it was it was on the 25th. This was a really different one for me. I found a gold pen and I just kind of put gold all over. Yeah. Pretty cool. We just have a minute left. Nicolina says, words are behold the magic. My words are peace tree. Thank you, Cheryl. And thank you, Susanna. Peace tree. Jan says, willing to be present and not worry so much. We could all use a lot of that, can't we? Yeah. I love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. To everybody, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a great week. I'll probably see you a week from Saturday, so that will be at the beach or in the beachy area. So much love to you from my heart to your heart. How do you do that? Like this? Can I make it happen? Like a heart? I know one time somebody did this and then hearts came up, but I'm thinking of you. I love you. Bye. Thank you for all the safe travel wishes. I wish the same for all of you that are moving around. Bye for now.